With the confrontation with Roswaal culminating in essentially which is just, we're a lot alike, you and I. Having him on side rather than constantly fighting against him, and also getting the assassins to back off a little from the mansion. That is the next step, and since we've solved the little issue with the trial that Emilia's undergoing here and the fate of the sanctuary, sight should be placed on the mansion. First off, make sure they're safe. Second, call off the attack. Third, maybe start looking for a way to undo Rem's condition. But if she awakes by the end of this, that would be quite the reunion. The Subaru's done alright in the past few episodes, hasn't really suffered any loss of limbs or life. Will that change? Let's find out. Yeah, unfortunately, changing his mind is going to be a bit difficult right now, so now it's save the mansion yourselves. And why exactly was Otto missing from the book, from the prophecies? Do you think the barrier would pose an issue for the great Garfield? Right. A useful gauntlets. A useful new ally on the fight outside of the sanctuary if Garfield can run about. Well, he is a force to be reckoned with. Elsa. And I hadn't forgotten about the... Of course you'd find it cool, Garfield. You're a little toony, isn't he? I hadn't forgotten about the small child that's also on the side of evil. But... well, if anyone knows crazy... Yeah. Do you really need this kind of send-off? Poor Otto. No answers for you or me. It feels like that is also a question which would help if we knew. We saw the carnage that Garfield can let loose when he was chasing Ram, Otto, all the villagers. So I do want to see him in more of a I've got more of a fight with someone who is prepared. But just how many characters in this show are motivated by love in one form or of another? In Garfield's case, for his family. She's not. She's not saying anything unnecessary. Hmm. She has grown. It was all just out of duty before. She was doing it out of people's expectations before, but after the words that Subaru gave her, she actually has the internal strength to carry on. I don't understand Ram's motivations for a lot of things. Oh yeah, Emilia's kind of been kept out of the loop on this one. So Ram isn't blinded by Roswaal. The thing is, it's not just Emilia's decision on that one. It is a heartfelt plea right now. Has Ram ever wanted for anything before? How exactly they're linked is still quite out of reach, but still. If she can get through to Roswaal and snap him out of his delusions, then maybe Emilia can do what Subaru couldn't. Fancy seeing you here. This is how you greet old friends. Well, she's slowly coming to understand differences. And is there a reason why he's being abrasive? I. It keeps cutting back to her shattered gem and Puck. Well, he has left quite the impression on her. Subaru is talking of ideals and a world that he wants to create rather than through logic. Will he be able to destroy Emilia's image of Subaru? Are you done? Disrupt the foundation of why he's interested in Subaru. She is turning the tables on him. He doesn't. He doesn't only just offer platitudes and kind words. Subaru has a way of getting people to try and improve themselves and overcome their own issues. Even if he was, she is grown as a person. She's got a determined purpose. Which means you're going to do something now, doesn't it? Don't say you have to intervene. The world has ended many, many times before. And who is it that, other than being written in his book, who is it that decides what is the correct destination? See things through to the end. Well, Emilia's always kind of been like that since the beginning, but she's not really been too assertive with it. Could she hear his words just then? And what will the second and third trials be more visions or something more involved? She's still a loyal maid, but he already pities her. Of anything more would just be cruel. At least, even Roswaal has boundaries. Otto, why are you always sneaking around in the shadows or in the forest? Yeah, but he's annoying in a charming way. And she's not going to turn down his offer. Fair enough. Can't see much of a downside with that one. Yeah, her second condition was a bit vague. She wouldn't hear the end of it otherwise. What are you planning here, Roswaal? Well, the trial will take a little bit longer, so she can do other stuff in the meantime. With force. When it comes to Echidna and, well, any of the witches really, it's difficult. Do they have genuine purpose and concerns, or is it all for a greater plot? I'm not sure how much Ram is going to do against Roswaal. I don't think she's particularly in his league. The silence is an answer. He has become a slave to the book. And she is an Oni. Demon, if you will. Is he? Didn't know that he was also part of the ones that destroyed it. Can't remember. I'm sure this isn't the very crux of her plan. There's probably more to it. Oh, so did the snow that came in a few episodes back come from Roswaal carrying out this same plan before? While she's not exactly afraid of using force in this situation, she doesn't want to just arbitrarily harm him. Yeah, fair enough. She doesn't want a broken present. Oh, his voice was resonating there. Is she alone in this? Circumstance? And as with Subaru, it's always you can always ask for help. Hey, Puck. Puck is ice. I think Ram is wind, and Roswell's a mixture of everything. Oh, Petra. She knows that escaping would save herself, but then poor Subaru. He'd have to come back to whatever happened to Ram. It's good that the moon was shining through the window so you could have that kind of reflection. Can she just hold a blade like that? Yeah, she won't be able to fight properly if she's also trying to look after Petra, make sure she doesn't get pulled into it. Is Subaru going to get here in time? Now, who would that be? The thing is, also by Petra trying to get away, they might run into the other one. And she sent them back. That's actually quite skilled. You can hear that damage. I suppose. Just remember, yeah, do the same thing the way that Elsa found her. Open every door. To leave the only one potential portal. It's not been the first time that it's cut back to the I don't know, the handkerchief. He's a sneaky bastard. Didn't even hear him walk up. Yep, we've seen several times. So this time, he'll leave it to someone else. Well, yeah, you can. She's already told us several times what she's after. Is that what the gauntlets are for? Which means you're unbeatable. Are you sure you Are you sure you really want to be turning your back on the assailant here? It was actually quite nice of her to wait for their back and forth. Mm-hmm. He has to go full out now, doesn't he? Oh. A little bit of family history as well. Her expression hasn't faltered in the slightest. Neither is his. This is still blank. Yeah, he just imposes whenever he wants. And he also knows about the contract now. It does seem as though everyone's wishes and ideals are slowly edging closer to becoming reality, which could only mean that there's going to be a massive setback. Well, another massive setback. what has Reinhard been doing all this time? Because a person with his levels of skills, and yeah, he's in the night something or other, so he probably has specific duties, but also his personality and his sense of right, wouldn't he also track down people that are so, well, hired assassins and not exactly shy about announcing who they are? But then again, I don't want to have another overpowered main character. I like this sense of turmoil and hardship that goes with ReZero. It's not just handed to him. He has to work through it, suffer, and fail. And I think I remember Puck is like conserving energy and rebuilding it after forcibly breaking the contract. But any reason why he's laying low so much until needed? And part of Roswaal's downfall is the fact that he actually hired people that were competent. And Subaru. That one was just kind of unlucky that he stumbled across him. I do like how, even with everything going on in this world, it's not a case of just train yourself to be stronger so you can take it on. A lot of the improvement that has been shown so far is less physical, more mental. Trying to cherish yourself a bit more. Being able to rely on others. But of course also having enough self-confidence to make a statue blink first. I think we all love it when things go slightly right and Subaru gets that little boost he needs. I want to see more. I'm sure you do too. To wrap up warm, get some rest. Join me for the next one. If I had a solemn wish, it would be that I continue to do this as long as you enjoy it. And thanks to my patrons Sal, Raywin, Electricant, Denver1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rohat, Mecha, Stinsai, Big Boy, Dark Shadow, 799, Mats, and everyone else. That wish is steadily becoming a reality. If you want to be the firm hand and voice of reason to the scattered mind that is my channel, then consider joining onto my Patreon as well.